Now, time for some business stories where the race to buy TikTok is heating up as the April 5th deadline approaches. Amazon has submitted a last-minute bid, while a separate consortium led by OnlyFans founder Tim Stokely has also entered the competition. US officials remain concerned about TikTok's Chinese ties despite denials from ByteDance. If a deal isn't struck by Friday, the popular short video platform could face a US ban. Amazon shares rose 2% following news of its bid. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has jumped onto the Studio Ghibli style trend, sharing an anime-style image of himself as an Indian cricketer. The post has divided the internet. Some fans embraced the creative spin, while others speculated on its timing, linking it to Altman's comments on India's growing AI market. Amazon is taking its internet ambitions to space with plans to launch the first 27 satellites of its Project Kuiper network on April 9th. The mission, set to lift off from Florida's Cape Canaveral, will be Amazon's answer to SpaceX's Starlink, aiming to deploy over 3,000 satellites for global high-speed internet. The $10 billion project has been in development since 2019, with extensive ground testing ahead of this critical first launch. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg is reportedly lobbying President Donald Trump to settle an antitrust case ahead of an April 14 Federal Trade Commission trial. The FTC is pushing to unwind Meta's acquisitions of WhatsApp and Instagram as part of a broader crackdown on big tech. While Meta insists it meets with policymakers regularly, the case remains a major test of Trump's stance on tech regulation after he recently dismissed two Democratic FTC commissioners. Indian pharmaceutical stocks soared as much as 15% after President Trump's new tariff list left the sector untouched. Gland Pharma led the surge, climbing 15%, while Aurobindo Pharma, Dr. Reddy's and Divi's Laboratories rose about 5% and 8%. The Nifty Pharma Index gained 4.5% in early trading, marking its biggest single-day jump since September 2020. The exemption has fueled investor confidence in India's pharma exports. The US tech sector took a massive hit after President Donald Trump announced higher-than-expected reciprocal tariffs impacting manufacturing hubs in China and Taiwan. The Nasdaq tumbled 3.3% and the market value of the magnificent seven tech giants shrank by approximately $760 billion. Apple shares suffered the most, plunging nearly 7%, while S&P 500 futures dropped 2.7%. European and FTSE futures also fell, signaling global market jitters over the new trade barriers. Listen in to what Trump said.
I think you're going to remember today it's going to be a free nation that we're dealing with. We're going to have a very free and beautiful nation. It's going to be Liberation Day in America, and it's going to be a day that hopefully you're going to look back in years to come and you're going to say, you know, he was right. This has turned out to be one of the most important days in the history of our country.
Despite oil and gas imports being exempt from Trump's new tariffs, crude prices have dropped sharply amid fears of a broader trade war. Brent crude futures fell 2.63% to $72.98 per barrel, while the US WTI crude futures slid 2.76% to $69.73. Adding to the pressure, US crude inventories saw an unexpected rise of 6.2 million barrels, defying analyst expectations of a decline. Investors remain cautious about global demand as the trade dispute escalates. Volkswagen has announced an import fee on vehicles affected by President Trump's 25% auto tariffs, which cover $460 billion worth of imports annually. The company has also temporarily halted the rail shipments from Mexico and plans to disclose its new pricing strategy by mid-April. The tariffs aimed at boosting US auto manufacturing are expected to significantly impact European and Asian car makers operating in the American market.